Hey guys, first Guardsman here, and today I'll be talking about a Heroic Thunderhammer build for the Assault class in Space Marine 2 patch 12.1. Now, the Heroic Thunderhammer is actually the best fencing hammer in the game, mainly because the stat spread here is just a strict upgrade over the Relic tier, and because of our low base damage on fencing options, I do generally build around Gunstrike damage for these builds, so we'll be doing that today. Now, for the perk tree here, we do have the Heroic perk effect, Electrified Thunderclap. Fully charged attacks leave behind a shock grenade effect. Now, on the Assault class, this will actually leave a shock area on your ground pound as well, and it will also leave a shock area for any aftershock slam you do. This will not function for ground slam at all, ground slam being like the basic heavy attack of the Thunderhammer, and ground pound being the jump pack ability of your Assault. It can get a little bit confusing, but the big thing here is your ground pound, that will leave a shock area, and aftershock, which is the charge attack of this weapon, will also leave a shock area for every single smash. So aftershock improved to give you 2 shock areas, and you also don't have to charge them up at all. You just be like any amount of charge. So the description here is actually a little bit incorrect, but that's how the Heroic perk effect works. Now, for the main perk tree, I do take Perpetual Strength first for a 5% melee damage increase. Then I pick up the perk here, Fast Preparation. Aftershock preparation time is reduced by 30%. We are an Aftershock build here predominantly, so definitely pick this perk up. And to be honest, pretty much always pick this up on like any Thunderhammer build, because Aftershock is good on every single variant. Now, the next perk here is Perpetual Strength, and Perpetual Strength again for a 10% melee damage increase. And then I pick up the combo Shattering Impact and Seismic Chain. Seismic Chain just gives you an additional Ground Slam after the initial one, and Ground Slam is the base heavy attack of this weapon. Like, you go light attack into a charge attack, and you immediately get this out. You can do another charge attack after that. And with an 8 speed here, it's actually a very fast weapon attack, so definitely a good option for us. And Shattering Impact just gives you more AoE on those actual Ground Slams, so even better. Next perk here is Perpetual Strength, down here to the perk after Aftershock. After hitting an enemy with the Aftershock, you deal 10% more melee damage for 10 seconds. This is a pretty good perk because you don't actually have to hit them with the slam of your Aftershock here. When you do an Aftershock charge attack, you will bring up the pommel of your weapon first and then come down for the slam, and that initial pommel hit will actually trigger this perk, so pretty good. Next perk is Kill Streak into Aftershock Improved for an additional smash on your Aftershock. You pretty much always pick this up, but you definitely want it on the Heroic Thunderhammer because it will give you an additional shock area. That's kind of like the whole point of using this in the first place. Next perk here is Minora Slayer up here into Majora Slayer, and that's all there is for the Heroic Thunderhammer build. Now, for the secondary, I do take the Heroic Heavy Bolt Pistol, mainly because this weapon has the highest gunstrike damage in the entire game, and I am building around gunstrikes on this build today. And on top of that, the Heroic perk effect, No Help is Coming, is incredibly useful. Being able to one-shot reinforcement calling enemies is just super good in Space Marine 2. Reinforcement calling enemies happen all the time. It also actually effectively save you ammo by preventing those enemies from calling those reinforcements, and also on lethal difficulty and above, you will have enemies go enraged pretty much guaranteed off a single interrupt. So being able to one-shot them removes an enraged enemy on top of the horde, so really good value here. Now, I will say, if you're fighting Chaos, Plasma and Inferno can definitely be better, because having a stagger option for missile terminators and things like Chaos Spawn can be really good for you, but on this build against Tyranids, I think this one's the best option for the game. Now, for the perk tree here, I do take Divine Might first, moving here into the perk Perpetual Penetration. Then I pick up Increased Capacity, Extended Magazine to Death Strike. Now, I really do think on most builds, going these first 5 perks is just the best option overall, because the only real decision to make is like, do you want to pick up Able Damage, or do you want to go up here for things like Discipline and Headhunter instead? Now, Able Damage will give you a 20% damage increase for using your class ability, and on Assault, you use your class ability all the time with things like Zealous Blow and Furious Strikes, so a really good option here for us, which is why I pick it up on him. Though even on the Assault class, you could skip over this perk and go up here instead for Discipline and Headhunter, because these are also very strong options. The final perk, however, is always the same, which is Tactical Precision, which is a headshot damage increase of 20% and non-headshot damage decreasing by 10%, because having a 20% increase to your headshot damage is pretty much all that matters on this weapon, so I pretty much always pick this up. But, you know, if you want to go up here and just like skip over this perk and take Discipline instead, you could definitely do that, but I pretty much always pick up perks like Death Strike, because a 25% damage increase on killing a Majoris in melee is very strong and also triggers off a finisher, and that's pretty much all there is for the secondary here. Now, for the Assault perk tree, you do have a couple options in the first column. You could take Overcharge first if you want. This is a 25% multiplicative melee damage increase to your held and charged melee attacks. That includes your Aftershock and Ground Slam, so it is pretty good on the Thunder Hammer, but to be honest, with a base strength of 11 on the fencing versions, I don't think it's worth taking here over things like Armor Reinforcement, because this one will give you a 1 armor back for every non-finisher gun strike, which is a very powerful effect in Space Marine 2, mainly because any amount of armor remaining in this game will reduce all incoming melee damage to 0 even from bosses, and it will also help you damage cap against range. And we do have a fencing weapon, so pulling off gun strikes is incredibly easy, so I'm picking this one today. Next perk is Auxiliary Arsenal. Secondary weapons damage increases by 20%. You can really take whatever you want in this column. They are all top tier effects. Defense Mechanism is amazing for survivability, and Consecutive Execution can give you 90-second Melt-A-Bombs, which are incredible in this game as well. And mainly because a Melt-A-Bomb will just remove a Lictor, Ravener, Melee Terminator, and stuff like that from the game for you, so a really powerful effect. Next perk here is Active Attrition. Enemies hit by damage from melee attacks, executable, sprinting, or dashing take 25% more damage for 5 seconds. This applies a debuff to the enemy hit that will affect them for your entire team, and on top of that, it will also buff up your gun strike damage dealt to them, so pretty great for us all around. And we are taking things like Furious Strikes and Commitment on this build later, so really good synergy there on top of that. Next perk here is Proven Efficiency for 30% more gun strike damage because we are a gun strike build, and the next perk here is Furious Strikes. Hitting an enemy with the dash attack after a jump pack dash restores jump pack's ability charge by 1. The cooldown is 10 seconds. This perk is just god tier in patch 12 and patch 12.1. If you have this with Commitment, you can go jetpack positive. That means the jump pack dash you get for free off of this perk can then lead into a jump pack dash attack, and that will give you an extra jump pack on top of it. So really good for any build on the Assault ever. If you want to skip over this, if you really want to go like full ground pound, because I am taking Zealous Blow here, you could take Smiting Angel instead, but to be honest, I just think this perk is too strong to not take currently. Now, the next perk here is Zealous Blow. A ground pound kill restores jump pack's charge by 10%. I'm mainly taking this because on a Heroic Thunderhammer, you do want more ground pounds because that means more shock areas. That's kind of the whole point of using this in the first place. But if you want to take Wings of Flame instead, you could do that because Wings of Flame right now with Furious Strikes, with Commitment, is just a god tier perk combo. We know that is up to you. The next perk here is Pride and Duty. After a finisher, ground pound deals 25% more damage for 10 seconds. Having a little bit of extra ground pound damage here is very nice, and this will trigger on any finisher in the game. It doesn't matter if it's like a Minoris, Majoris, or Extremis, so really good all around. And the final perk is Commitment because this just enables Furious Strikes, and right now this is one of the best perks in the whole game for Assault because Assault's jump pack dash in patch 12 does have an animation cancel, and that means you can now jump pack dash out of any animation you're doing, and this perk lets you do that for free on any build if you time it properly. So that's why we picked this up here. Though if you do want to skip over these perks, you could take like Ample Ammunition with Smiting Angel. These are also quite strong, but Furious Strikes and Commitment, I think this is overall the best currently. Now for the prestige perks here, I do take Unyielding Oath first. When charging a ground pound, you become invulnerable for 3 seconds. This perk pretty much makes you invulnerable the entire trajectory of your ground pound. That is very useful for keeping you alive, and we are a ground pound build after all, so kind of a no-brainer here. Next perk is Fortitude for a health increase of 15%. Into the perk Scramble Targeting or Practice Aim, you could take either one of these. These are both pretty damn good. Scramble Targeting is obviously a bit safer, and Practice Aim just gives you a bit more damage. Now the next perk here I would pretty much always take, and that is Hammer of Wrath. After using your jump pack, you take 30% less range damage, do not lose control from heavy hits, and cannot be knocked back for 15 seconds. This perk is incredible. This is probably the best prestige perk on this entire class at the moment besides Fortitude, mainly because a free 30% range damage reduction on every jump pack use is just a ridiculously good effect, and no knockback is something you want all the time, and this one is kind of like completely replaced Adrenaline Boost as like the major pick for a no knockback perk on this class in general. And also you can trigger this off of like any jump pack dash and ground pound, so it's really good and way better than it sounds initially. And that's pretty much all there is for this build, guys. The Heroic Thunderhammer is pretty fun. I do think this weapon is better on Bulwark than Assault, mainly because Assault just gets way less out of shock than Bulwark does, because Bulwark has like Shock and Awe and Emergency Countermeasure here, so I do think it's a little bit better over on this guy, but Assault can still take advantage of this, and Assault does have way more synergy for gun strikes on this option, and that's why we're building around that today. And hopefully this build guide helped you, and if you like content like this, subscribe for more, and as always, thank you for watching, take it easy, bye.
Don't let that one under you. pitiful Xenos was but a horrid blood. Ravener and the ground rumbles no. Activate. Another alien falls to the Imperial's key. Forming special package. Behold the might of the Imperial Navy.
It is tempting to fire his cannons at the nearest Xenos vessel.
War gear unleashed. The Imperium's hammer rises to strike. The Xenos infestation is the survivor force of Realtic Undead. Blast! Engaging warfare. Take flight and let terror fall. The enemy summons. If more to come, then they too will be purged.
Oh, I was a little timing on that.
They war gear unleashed. Xenos hunger is insatiable, but the Imperium is indomitable. I am the righteous Lord. That Ravener should carve no more scars.
This should not blow up that barrel. Okay. Just checking, you know.
End that one's pitiful life before it tries to reinforce itself.
Missing that headshot may have been a fool's error.
Swapping magazine.
One I will pay for dearly, I'm sure.
Wrath shall reign.
An extra okay.
That pitiful Xenos is but a horrid blood.
A lot of bramble, but I should be able to move through here.
Throwing grenade. Finishing firepower. Activating. The Imperium's hammer rises to strike. Another alien falls to the Imperium's reload. Deploying equipment. The world this Xenos sought to consume now consumes its tongues. The Xenos are but a ball.
What class I think has the highest skill ceiling? This one. Definitely this one.
Take flight and let terror.
And it's over, chat. Finally. That was a slog of a boss fight. Ah, relic.
It is renewal given form. Employing equipment.
Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted an actual... I do have Zealous Blow on right now, so... Whatever. I guess we're doing it the old-fashioned way. Want to land in it. Like the hammer more in assault or bulwark. The heroic hammer, I think it's like pretty even. Bulwark definitely has more shock benefit though. The class I really like the thunder hammer on more for like block and balance is definitely assault because it has 100 cleave on a ground pound, which means you can hit like 100 enemies at once and deal damage to them. So pretty good for that.
Combat squad Heraton reporting in. The bridge is lost, as are my squad brothers. I am cut off from our planned route to the Ordnance Depot. Calculating a new route based on your report, Heraton. Standing by. Be advised. The cruiser's crew...
I see the dev company drip, or your marine hasn't mentioned a Horus one. We've got 2 relics, that's convenient. We also have a Space Wolf hammer, if you haven't noticed. That was a mistake. And now I've taken that. How come a beam from a Zoanthrope is devastating, but a full force beam to face from a Neurothrope is okay? I mean, like, the Zoanthrope beam does less than the Neurothrope beam. The Neurothrope beam is just easier to dodge. I think they're about the same.
Infestation is stemmed.
Okay. Well, what are the symbols we're looking for here? That's a real question. Okay, we're looking for Z, whatever the hell that is, and H. This gun is very good at clearing out Minotaurs. Not gun, this weapon is very good at clearing out Minotaurs. Alright, here we go.
Excellent work, brother. If the router switch does not have one of these symbols, leave it be. Accurate symbol.
Oh, you don't get to run.
My primer. Activate. Do not let
Wow, that guy actually took way longer to kill than I thought, and it cost me a lot of HP.
a pestilent swarm draws near.
I really thought that double charge in his goo was going to kill him. No. The answer is no. Giant fat no.
Be as an angel of death. reactors at once.
The lift platform is in transit. Arrival pending.
Deploying equipment. We descend to bring lights to the darkness.
Attention, Golden Parties. We have confirmation that Combat Squad Phaedrus is lost. I need a mission status update from all remaining combat squads. Combat Squad Heraton here. Redirecting along newly advised path. Combat Squad Octavio reporting in. Cyclonic armament secured for now. Talasa, you are nearing the reactor cooling hole. Report on his condition when you arrive.
The vile presence of Xenos permeates the cooling hole.
All squads, we have updated our battle stratagems. Heraton, reinforce Octavio and protect the cyclonic armaments. Talasa, your new orders are to destabilize the reactor, cause a temperature spike, and the Tyranids may redirect their assault to you, buying Heraton and Octavio some time to prime the armaments. When you reach the reactor's cooling console, disable the emergency blast shields.
This was the first class I chose when I hopped back into the game. For some reason, it looked faster than I did. This is a skill issue or perk you have. It might just be the FPS I'm streaming in. I don't know what FPS you're playing. I don't know if you're playing on console or PC, but
Emergency blast shields retracting.
I play in 120 FPS and I stream in like 1080. Or not 1080. That has nothing to do with it. 60. Excuse me.
I need you to disable the entire cooling array. Concentrate fire on the exposed cooling rods.
Target the vulnerable cooling rods.
I am also animation canceling my jetpack a lot. That could be it.
The Xenos infestation is dead.
Wish you had a PC. I meant the attacks look faster, moving seems quicker. Oh, we're using a fencing hammer with 8 speed. This is the fastest hammer in the game. Also, every time, no matter what animation you're doing in this game, you can cancel out of it now on the jump back dash. So, say for example, if I'm like charging out my hammer here and I'm mid-swing, I hit Q and then I'm immediately into this. It'll auto-cancel it.
Elictor sources. I am the righteous storm. We eliminated the shrouded menace. Reload.
Alright, he'll come back eventually. He's dead. Alright, okay, well, I guess I have to clear these all off with a garbage pistol, okay.
These beasts sully the Imperial machinery.
Alright, where's the blue? How do you gunstrike without going net negative health? We have armor reinforcement for one, so we're getting armor off of every single gunstrike. Also depends on when you position yourself. And when you actually take the strike. Hold on. I guess we'll just do this, because these sims are OP.
destroying the rods.
Registering the extreme temperature fluctuation. Plasma cooling efficacy also reduced. Excellent, Talassa. You will need to repeat the same process at the secondary. Access granted to the bridge console.
I've only played heavy. This class good. This class one of the best in the game currently. This class is either the best class or second best. Either way, it's unbelievably good.
Xenos learner stamped out. No alien war gear unleashed. The grotesque Xenos is metal. Activate. Xenos hunger is insatiable, but the Imperials don't.
Oh, Lord. If they'll ever add another faction in this game, probably not. Probably not Weave. You know why? It's because nothing they have added so far indicates that they're willing to go that far with an update. I mean, a new class is one thing. I also think they previously said they would not add a new class, so even though they do change plans occasionally, I need to actually grab ammo before I can do that. I don't think that's gonna be one of them.
We have cleansed the Xenos state. The armory is mine.
Wow, alright, well we just fought that up as hard as we could. There we go. What's up? What's up, Joker Jones? We're just doing some killing.
Reloading magazine. No rods remain active.
Temperatures at critical level. Plasma reactors shutting down to prevent catastrophic detonation. Talassa, do not let the reactors cool down. This cruiser will soon perform its final task. Proceed to the decks below and force the plasma reactors to overheat.
It fucks up my Norris.
Current location.
You've been enjoying the shit out of Assault lately too? It was pretty good. Definitely better than it was.
Talassa, have you received word from our brother in Combat Squad Heritage? His approach vector should have taken him through the technical underbelly.
I'm not the first to think about it, but a game like Helldivers 2 and Warhammer Studying would go unbelievably hard. You know what else would be great? Like a Battlefront kind of game.
Understood. Be advised, you remain under
In
heavy
40k, that'd be pretty cool.
Heat from the plasma reactors will roast them in their foul carapaces.
Oh my god, there are so many.
If you do not wreck the reactor to detonate, the cyclonic warheads will be wasted. Combat Squad Octavio will redouble our efforts to draw the Tyranids away from your position instead. Brother Xenos fills no quarter, Octavio.
I don't even know, how, like, dude, you just break your neck by, like, jetpacking in this corridor. So imagine going up. I don't want that. I don't want that at all.
Your reign of terror is ended.
You can't hide here. And the hive mind just says, alright, now go into that 1x1 hallway and laser beam him. Safe to say you've mastered anything the game can throw at you. Yeah, that's why I die all the time.
Wrath shall
Oh, whoops. This is why, this is actually where Zealous Blow will be peak.
Another alien falls to the Imperium's keeping plan. Take it right, but let him engage in war. Reload.
You really don't need Wings of Flame to overperform with the Furious Strikes thing, but it definitely makes it better. It's also way better versus the current effects. A lot of the enemies in the game use so much free damage, but Zealous Blow is also quite good for this.
Reloading magazine. Imperium's hammer rises to strike. End that one's visible light. Try to reinforce them. Tyranid canker sighted. Commencing reload. Wrath shall reign. I deal tyranny. Forming special tactics. Xenos stretching there. Swapping magazine.
For Plato, I think with the Prime.
Take flight and let terror fall. The world that Xenos sought to conceal now consumes its economies. Rapidly stressing. Another tyrannic monstrosity is strong. And let terror fall. We've removed the Xenos threat.
Alright, that's... Oh, actually, this build's a lot more fun than I thought it would be. I've used a throw camera on this class in a bit. But the ground pound shock, maybe it was like underrating it. Not too bad. Definitely not as good as the balance hammer is right now, but
Octavio is pinned down.
dumping out shock is pretty nice for like annoying spore mines and stuff like that.
Our brothers from Phaedrus and Heraton shall
quite
breached the
nice.
plasma reactor units. These servitors performed their programmed duties until they were cut down.
Access granted.
On to the boss fight. We're probably gonna fuck these guys up because we have a stupid amount of gun strike damage here. We also have Zealous Blow, so.
That reactor must be destroyed. Honor our cross. Honor our chapter.
Ow. That's such a safe build for this fight. Armor reinforcement plus Zealous Blow on Tyrion Prime. Like, what are they really gonna do? Like, we're already back. Tell me that. Oh shit. Oh, okay. Well, I guess you die after you shoot you in the face, huh? Our reinforcement does just make that, like, an absolute joke.
They sully this ship no more.
Now, engage the console to cripple the reactor. And Talassa, when those magnetic stabilizers stop, prepare for rapid egress. Be advised, the gyroscopic containment shielding prevents catastrophic plasma dispersal. Plasma cores are now exposed. Caution advised. Reactor critical, Talassa. Disengage.
Haste be our guide.
Talassa, we're tracking your signatures. Octavio and Heraton Leader already on board. Our brothers prevail.
War gear unleashed.
Core detonation is now a mathematical certainty.
Okay.
Deliverance ahead, brothers.
Hurry! The cruiser has begun.
Wondrous.
breaking apart. We will wait as long as we can. Core integrity at 25%.
Make haste, pilot.
Brace for turbulence.
Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Actually, very easy. Actually, a very, very powerful build against Tyranids. That's actually just, anything armor reinforcement, really. Peak. There we go, chat. It was like 5 business day loading times, I swear. Nuts.